Good evening, sirs, ma'ams, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all well today. I have a very special guest with me here today, Steve Forsyth, former Royal Marine, as I'm sure that you can see by that beautiful cap badge he's wearing. So I just wanted to give somebody, somebody, a lot of you have been hounding me over the last couple of days for an update on the court case as of Tuesday. So I'm going to give you a little bit of update on that, and then a little bit of update for what's happened in the last couple of days moving forward. So we went to court, guys. It was a hell of a turnout. I want to say an absolute massive thank you to everybody that came to support us. I'm so bloody gutted I didn't take a photo. Absolute schoolboy error, okay? But yes, thank you ever so much for the support, troops. When I rocked up to court, everybody was outside because the courts wouldn't allow them in, okay? Soon as I rocked up, I said, that's absolutely bloody nonsense. I went in here, got the security and said, these guys are my witnesses. I'm entitled to witnesses. They are coming in. So then the head, what is that the right word for it?
Court manager.
The court manager came down. They told us, make sure that we're all behaving in the court, and obviously, you know, being the ex-professionals that we are, and everybody that come to support us knows the score. We made her aware, ma'am, you're safe, nobody's going to be kicking off, we abide by the law, okay? So they allowed us in. And many of the rapid response guys came as well. They came all the way from Liverpool. So massive, massive shout out to you guys. Honestly, I love the work that you're doing. If you guys are unfamiliar, I've uploaded one of their most recent videos to my Facebook, Dale Vincent and or Vince7027. Please go and check it out. But these guys are doing an absolute wonderful job. So Steve, he came in as my Mackenzie friend, okay? We submitted the UCC. Steve has already submitted the UCC. Can you give us a little bit of background on when you submitted it, etc., bro, please?
Yeah, well, initially I read it to the court on the 1st of March 2023, and then I submitted it with my evidence bundle on the 21st of the 12th 2023 in the court case, the King versus Steve James Forsyth. Casey William Mousley was the presiding judge. I submitted the UCC filing 1-308 along with all the Dun & Bradstreet numbers for HMR courts and tribunals and all the relevant courts, an email acknowledging all the deaths and adverse reactions from PAL Solent NHS. And I made the statement that I had the right to meet my accuser and King Charles was not my king. And in fact, under the Terrorism Act 2000, section 114, our belligerent government have rolled out a terror attack on us. It states very clearly the release of a noxious or toxic substance, including a bioweapon, is an act of terrorism. And I also made the statement that the constant referral to war on COVID was an underhand declaration of war on we the people. And this is one of the reasons that Vince and I are making this video today, in light of the information that's been made public that 15,000 soldiers want to leave the military and 1,000 Marines signed a petition within 24 hours. And perhaps, do you want to talk about that now? Can I
Carry on, mate. Yeah, go on, mate.
So, I spoke early last year to Captain George from the Royal Marines Special Boat Service, and we had been the day before to Tidworth Camp and to speak to the military, and the police turned up and they requested to know why we were there, and I explained to them in no uncertain terms that for the last 3 years we had delivered all the information, and there wasn't a national crime number, 602 9679/21, which was closed down by Hammersmith and the Metropolitan Police on the 22nd of the 2nd 2022. And we served the Chief Constables of Dorset and Hampshire on the 11th of the 1st 2022. And at that time there were 2,000 deaths and 1.3 million adverse reactions, and we asked them to make a public announcement and immediately halt until further investigation the rollout of this gene editing bioweapon, as it's now been declared by Dr. Surgeon General Ladapo and Francis Bourne in an affidavit of truth that was submitted to the Supreme Court in Florida. So the reason we were there in Tidworth originally was to ask the military to arrest the police, as they have willfully and deliberately suppressed information that would have prevented further death, harm, loss and injury. Now, we're at this point now where we've got a meeting this evening, a call. People have reached out to us. General Belton, who's a judge from the World Martial Authority, and we'll make another video tomorrow because we need to obviously assess how this is structured. But we would ask the military now, having spoken to Captain George at the SBS base and him stating that he would escalate this to a higher command. We've been fighting this, the people have been fighting this for 5 years, 7 days a week, for your children, your families. And like I said to Captain George, we are now at a point in the last 2 days, because the rapid response guys were here, we've been listening to the phone calls. The police are still assisting people being evicted from their homes. They are working as agents for a belligerent government that have rolled out a terror attack on all of us. Because I know the military were initially compromised as well. And we literally are taking a spoon to a gunfight. And we want the military to now stand with the people and do your lawful job, because we are under the Law of War 2015, revised July 2023, Chapter 33 War Powers Resolution 50 UCc1-308. Executive Order 13818, Crimes Against Humanity, and Executive Order 13848, Fraud Vitiates Everything. We have done everything in our power, with the knowledge that we've got, to give every single corrupt system that is obviously, we can now see, has only ever been in place to enslave and entrap us all. And we know they're finished, and we're now asking the military to stand with us. And because every single day this continues, we are losing more members of our community. And we've been healing people, putting protocols forward for the last 2 years. 11.14 in the law manual clearly states food and medical provisions for the population. 11.3 the law manual: in the event of a belligerent occupation from a tyrannical government, the military can step in and must step in to defend its people. It swore an oath to serve. And just a reminder to the Royal Marines, you've got a man that's just been detained under the Terrorism Act. Our government are the terrorists. You swear an oath to protect the people you serve, whether the enemy is foreign or domestic. I've stood on my oath, as Vince has, as all the veterans have. We've had veterans incarcerated, put in prison to keep them out of the way. This stops right now.
Good, well said, mate. Thank you, my bro. So, Steve has already just made you aware. He elaborated very well. Reference him submitting the UCC, all right, guys? The judge confirmed. So, do you know, for all the faceless internet trolls that are trying to steer people off the path of truth, okay? Just know that anybody watching this on social media, you have the ability to confirm authenticity of what this gentleman just said, okay? The judge confirmed it for us on Tuesday. However, what he said was, this is a criminal matter and you are in a civil court. This was before Steve threatened the judge with being fraudulent and said, I have the right to detain you under Section 24A of PACE. And then the judge ran out of the room, okay, because again, one of the rapid response guys said it to me. He said, Vince, if that judge was clearly in charge, why did he abandon the ship, mate? Why did he run out and say, security, get that man out? And then they escorted Steve to leave. It's because these guys are afraid, and they have every right to be, because criminals should face due process, okay? So, for those of you that are still thinking that the UCC doesn't apply in the United Kingdom, Steve has already submitted it. Anybody can find out this information if you're watching this online, all right, guys? So don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to all these idiots in the comments, right? And again, 90% of them, as a matter of fact, over the last couple of weeks, everybody that's writing derogatory things on my social media, they are fake accounts. And it's not hard to check if an account is fake, guys. So please take your time in checking authenticity of a page before you take what they're saying as gospel. Unfortunately, I made the judge aware, okay? So let me just say this. He came out to address us, right? And he addressed me as Mr. Vincent. Now I said immediately, sir, that is a slave term. You addressing me as Mr. Vincent, right? As per the UCc1-308, you are not entitled to do that anymore, okay? Then he showed me the email that I submitted in the day before, and he said, when you're talking about the UCC1, is this what you mean? Which confirms that he doesn't understand it. Now again, guys, I don't understand the law as well as my legal team and all these rapid response guys, okay? But it's true, he came out and he asked if this is what he was referring to. So he clearly doesn't understand. And I'll remind the viewers, if you're watching this content for the first time, all of the acts and statutes, there are hundreds of thousands of them, guys. It would take you couldn't digest all that information in a lifetime. It's physically impossible. It's called lawfare. All right, guys? So unfortunately, the judge wouldn't accept the UCC in my civil case. I also said to him, I said, sir, I'm not refusing to pay my mortgage, okay? This is important. I said, I've give a promissory note, and if it's found that this activity isn't fraudulent, I'm happy to pay my mortgage. The judge said that's not good enough. He's given me 28 days to leave my property, and he also states that I have to pay the full amount of the mortgage as well. So they want me to pay the full amount and leave my house. Now, I don't know where we're going to go from here, as we've already addressed. We have a phone call with the general later on this evening today. Okay, so when we get some updates, you guys, we'll come up with a plan and it'll be straight on social media. We still don't know where we're going to go yet, but we have many things on the table. We can appeal the decision, which ultimately my legal team, the immediate ones that were there, they recommended me that we do. However, there still may be other avenues that are better than the appeal process, so we don't know where we're going to go from there. So wait out for that. Guys, please share this content, okay? We need people to start realizing that our government are of a treasonous nature. This is very, very serious, guys, okay? They are killing our children.
Shall I just...
Please, mate, please.
Just to, the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, 1-308, that was submitted. Now, that gave all institutions and corporations 40 days and 40 nights to rebut the 12 presumptions of law and affidavits to be true, and they were unable to do it, so sovereign status has already been handed back to the people. Now, the World Marshal Authority operates as released for the first time in 200 years the actual UCC seal, but it's UC small cap C, and that gives them the highest form of law, which ultimately is martial law. So we're going to be briefed today how that interface works and can be used by the current serving members of our military, who we know, I've said earlier, were compromised. And we need our military to now put boots on the ground, step out of the shadows, come on the ground, work with the people that have worked for you, and every single corporation within the United Kingdom and globally was changed into a corporation and weaponised against the people. The Organic Act of 1871 turned everything into a corporation, and they tried to identify and trick us and make us contract as our dead entity. That's why sovereign status is important. That's why we are no longer considered dead, lost at sea. We've done our work. We've taken the fight to them. We've won. So we now need a clean-up operation. We need the remaining hazards that remain a hazard to us, as we've clearly shown you in the last 2 days. They are still doing what they're doing, and we need your help. Now.
Happy, mate?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, troops. I don't normally ask for this, but please, share this content, okay? Give it a thumbs up. Comment on it, mate. Because this pushes the algorithm, and ultimately what people like us are trying to do is we're trying to wake the currently dormant military, but it's only a matter of time before every single man out there realises the crimes against humanity. It's only a matter of time. We have won this war, guys. We are now just trying to minimise the collateral damage. So please, guys, share this content, like this content. I'm going to put all my URLs on all my social media. Please, guys, follow me. And I'll just say quickly, I've recently had some paratroopers email me. And they said, Vince, love the work that you're doing. Next time that you've got a court date or any kind of thing going on, make us aware and we're bringing the numbers. So people are starting to realise, guys. I love you all. Thank you all so much for your service. Let's continue this good work. The end is closer than we think, troops. Anything to add before we close? We've said it all, mate.
Yeah.
We'll be live. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, mate. Mate, troops. If Steve is... So Glinkfest this Saturday as well. I'll just throw this out there, guys. If Steve is going to be present for the next couple of days, he doesn't know whether he'll be able to make Glinkfest, yes, but if it is a yes, he's going to confirm later on for us today. If it's a yes, you can come and speak to Steve directly at Glinkfest. And if that's the case, we will be live on a platform tomorrow. Probably not going to be Facebook because I don't like the new rules and regs on going live, but we'll make you aware where it is. We'll make you aware of a time-in. You can come and ask questions. Guys, I love you all. Please keep sharing. Please keep liking, commenting to boost the algorithms. I love you all. We've won this war. The end is closer than you think. Big love, troops. Roger.